When you talk about the true legends of football, Paolo Maldini's name is always in that conversation. But his legacy, it goes so much deeper than just trophies and tackles. What was it that really made him an icon? Well, today we're going to try and explore the mind of the man they called the Silent General. He had a few nicknames, but this one, the Gentleman of Football, I think it really captured his essence. And what's amazing is, it wasn't just his own fans saying it. This came from rivals, commentators, his peers. That just tells you everything about the kind of universal respect he commanded, in a world that is, let's be honest, fiercely competitive. So that leads us to the big question, right? We all know he's one of the greatest defenders to ever play the game, but his legend just feels bigger than that, deeper. What was really going on under the surface? What were the psychological ingredients that made him so unique? Let's unpack it. Okay, so to start, we have to understand how the world saw him. His public image wasn't just positive, it was, well, kind of pristine. It was, in a single word, class. What's so fascinating here is just how consistent this perception was. For the AC Milan fans, he was the club. He was their moral and cultural pillar. But even rivals couldn't help but admire him. These descriptions you see here, ice-cold but noble, graceful warrior, they paint such a clear picture. It was this incredibly rare combination of supreme skill and this profound dignity that just set him apart. A character like that, it isn't just born, it's forged, it's made. To really get the man, we need to go back and see how this giant was built, right from his earliest days. This timeline really shows the crucible of his development. First off, he was born into a football dynasty. His father, Cesare, was a legend, so that immense pressure, that was just his normal. Then, he makes his professional debut at just 16 years old. That forces you to mature at lightning speed. His career spanned so many different eras of football, building this incredible resilience. And through it all that heartbreak and big finals with the national team, it didn't break him. It just made his perseverance that much deeper. So all these experiences, they helped forge this powerful internal philosophy, a personal code of conduct that guided every single decision he made, both on and off the pitch. And this wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate playbook he lived by. Step 1, unwavering loyalty. 25 years at one club. That's almost unthinkable today. Step 2, discipline over spectacle. He was there to be consistent and perfect, not to be a showboat. Then, dignity. In victory and defeat, he respected everyone, always. And finally, the core principle, the big one, the team, always came before his own ego. So this personal code, it created this really unique style of leadership. He wasn't the kind of captain who was screaming and shouting from the sidelines. No, he was something else entirely. He was the quiet captain. And this contrast just illustrates it perfectly. He was less like a loud entertainer, not theatrical or dramatic. He was much more like a quiet general. His whole approach was calm, measured, and thoughtful. His authority, it didn't come from the volume of his voice, but from the sheer weight of his presence. Ultimately, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. His leadership was rooted in his actions, not his words. He led by being the first guy at training, by being the most consistent player on the field, and by being the calmest head in a crisis. His professionalism, that was his megaphone. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the public perception, those formative experiences, his personal code, and that quiet leadership, what you get is a complete and truly enduring legacy. And this right here, this is the portrait we've been building. A disciplined, loyal, and deeply principled leader who is motivated by legacy, not by ego. He's a timeless model of professionalism and, maybe above all else, of quiet, powerful leadership. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In our modern era, right, an age just dominated by social media, by personal branding, by constant noise, could a quiet, dignified leader like Paolo Maldini still rise to the very top? Or was he a product of a time that's now gone forever? It's definitely something to think about.